Next slide, please. So now the Department of Labor, I'm switching over to the exempt analysis now. So you've probably heard in the news beginning of this year, the DOL came out with a regulation bumping up the salary level that's required to be an exempt employee. And let me step back a minute to, sometimes I get the question, what is an exempt employee? So an exempt employee is an employee that you don't have to pay overtime to, and you don't have to give the meal and rest breaks to under California law. So they're exempt from the overtime requirements. That's why we refer to them as an exempt employee. Now there's different exemptions, but what we're talking about today are the white collar exemptions, primarily the professional administrative exemptions. So people running a business, the owner, the owner's main assistant, high-level executives, HR personnel usually fit one of these exemptions too. Helping develop the policies of the company and run the business. Now, to be an exempt employee, it's a two-part test. You have to meet a salary basis test, and that's what we're talking about today. You have to meet a minimum level of salary in order to qualify as an exempt employee. If you don't get paid that salary, you're not exempt. You have to pay the employee overtime. The second part of the test is a duties test, and under California law, 50% of their duties has to be a high level. They have to be performing more than half of their time of high level duties, helping you manage the company, run the company, set policies, negotiate with customers, things like that. So it's a two-part test. You have to meet both of those requirements. I deal with a lot of startups, and my two partners here today, Damian and Janice, they help a lot with the corporate work that we do for our clients. A lot of the startup companies get this idea that we can just call somebody exempt no matter what they do. And I walk in and I ask the owner of it's a tech companies do this all the time. And they say, well, you mean I can't pay the receptionist just straight salary? I have to pay overtime? They're like, yes. So a lot of people get this analysis wrong, and the salary basis test, it's black or white. They're either getting paid this level or they're not.